This question is probably for the producers. I just saw in the preview clip, Bridget is still alive. That line is missing from the pilot that we had, so that's my first question. Maybe you can try it. Is it? We have a problem. Okay, well, I have a problem with my screen.
The fact Bridget is still alive is not in the show.
Okay, thank you. That'll probably reveal that's a clip of a second. Let me ask about the second and future episodes. It's a clever setup, and there's a lot of possibilities just for this to be a serial thriller. Will there be an hourly element, which solve crimes or something like that, every episode?
She will do a little bit of her own detective work in terms of answering questions in a larger mystery, but she will not be working with the NYPD to help solve crimes or the FBI.
What I mean is something, will there be any story that you're going to get in and out of in 1 hour?
We will answer questions in each episode, and we will solve bits and pieces of the mystery as we go along.
Our goal is to make sure the episodes are satisfactory, that you don't leave wanting something else, but knowing that you have answered a question and possibly for a new one.
And then last question, did you try anything different for it? I mean, we had twins in TV ever since there was, 3 screens or cover shots. Did you try anything different for Double Sarah this time?
Yes, they actually cloned me. We thought we'd take advantage of modern technology, and Dolly will be playing the other.
Sarah, on the minus the cloning, I do want to ask you about the technical aspect of playing opposite yourself. Obviously, things have changed a lot.
Yeah, things have changed here. You guys all have computers. It feels very I'm not used to this. Very advanced, sorry.
That's okay. Things like the boat sequence with the sisters. I mean, you obviously have to still hit certain marks and still time your lines perfectly. Can you talk about the challenge of that?
It's really interesting because technology has come a long way. Because at the end of Buffy, I did play 3 characters, and it was just old school split screen. It was, you stand there, we split the screen. And there's so much more that's available now between face replacement and the stop motion cameras. So during the pilot, we played with all of them. It's kind of like kids with new toys to figure out what works best. But ultimately what you find is even though there is all this technology, you want the heart of the scene. And the heart of the scene is 2 people talking to each other. So we try, and each time the twins are together now, to do one shot where they touch each other or they cross over each other. But on the whole, it's more about the communication. So it's actually less complicated in this very odd way. And it actually moves fairly quickly considering because you pare it down to its simplest form. You're not trying to do these crazy camera moves or, crazy positions.
How often does that happen for you going forward? I mean, we get a lot of it in the pilot.
Yeah, we do. I mean, I think that right now what we're sort of aiming for is there's usually 2 to 3 flashbacks per episode. Usually they're all me. Sometimes we do have a younger set of girls. I don't know why. I said I could be the 12-year-old. I thought I was young enough. So we do have that as well. And every once in a while, the flashbacks will be other parts of the story, meaning maybe how Andrew and I met, or something between, Siobhan and Henry. Because basically, the flashbacks are a great way to give answers to the story.
You're sort of playing, Ms. Geller, you're sort of playing 3 characters. You're playing Bridget, you're playing Siobhan, and you're playing Bridget pretending to be Siobhan. Do you have any favorites among those 3 at present?
Whoever has the best wardrobe at the time. No, it's interesting. I think it's like children. You have to, when you're each one, you have to love each one individually and understand that one. So when I'm Bridget, I feel that all of Bridget's motivations are hers and Siobhan's wrong, and when I'm Siobhan, everything Bridget does is wrong, and I try to get into the head of each of them. And then for some reason, which is a flashback, even though it's only in the 90s, I like to think they're in the 80s, so I have been pushing for the blue eyeshadow and the high bangs.